You don't nobody understand me. All that I can tonight. You don't nobody understand me. Yeah, all that I can tonight. But don't nobody understand me.
Peace, family. Man, I gotta do a show. I gotta do a show. Me, band from up north on the which state has the best Southern rappers? Is it Texas, Louisiana, or Atlanta? Now, for me, before I get off into my topic, for me, I know, I know that Houston, hands down, has the greatest Southern rapper ever in Scarface. But does Texas have the best? Does Texas have the best Southern rappers? Because I love. I mean, I know you got Scarface. You got my man. Damn, what the hell is his name? Shit. Damn, what the hell is his name, man? He it'll come to me in a minute. But I know, and yeah, Tennessee is cool too. Tennessee is cool, but I think Tennessee come behind like Louisiana. Like when you like to me, you got I'll give you an example. To me, the top three rappers from the South. What's going on, B1? Before I get off into this topic, the top three rappers from the South to me all time is Scarface, 8 Ball from 8 Ball MJG. He from Tennessee, and then Boosie, and right behind Boosie, I put Juvenile. When you deal with the Southern rappers, but like Louisiana got Juvie, they got Lil Wayne, they got BG, they got some rappers. Texas got some serious rappers too. Houston, I mean Atlanta got, Andre 3000. So, oh damn, you know what? Wait a minute. When we go to Southern rappers, I made a mistake. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. When you listen to these rappers, you go Southern rappers, it got to be Scarface, Andre 3000. I would say 8 Ball from 8 Ball MJG because he's a lyricist, and then Boosie. And I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna do a show on the Southern rappers because like the West Coast and the East Coast rappers get a lot of props, and everybody talk about the East Coast and the West Coast rappers, but nobody really talk about the Southern rappers. And to me, when you talk about the Southern rappers, I'm just saying, just this, not in a group, Great Black Shark, just the individual rappers when it comes to the lyricists. I would say Scarface #1, head and shoulders, because Scarface is better than a lot of East Coast rappers. Scarface, Andre 3000, 8 Ball from 8 Ball MJG, Boosie, and then Juvie, and then probably Lil Wayne. But I know a lot of the young bucks have kill me. What are you talking about? Lil Wayne is the greatest. But when I was growing up, when nobody better than Scarface from the South, period. But when I listen to Lil Boosie tracks, man, Lil Boosie a bad mother. Lil Boosie a bad dude, man. Lil Boosie got hits after hits after hits. Anybody from the South that disagree? Hold on, let me get this the other rapper name for people that's from Texas. K Reno from from Texas. He another bad dude, and he not a mainstream rapper. But I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna get some people from the South. I'm gonna get some people from the South, and we're gonna argue. We're gonna talk about who's the best lyricists, the best rappers from the South. Because I want somebody to tell me is Lil Wayne from the South better than Boosie, better than Lil Boosie. I don't. It's not even close to me. I don't think so. I don't think Lil Wayne can fuck with Lil Boosie. So yeah, I'm about to start. I'm gonna get off into. I'm gonna get a hold on one second. Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna get off. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're gonna get off into the topic, but I want to get some. I want to get that argument started because we had actually had that argument in the barbershop up here, and we was talking about we was talking about the best rappers from the South. But I'm not even gonna be that long. I'll probably be about a good 30 minutes, 35 minutes. I want to have a conversation because I was in the VA hospital today with my father, and my father he has an oxygen, he has COPD. Oh yeah, Bun B, but Pimp C too. But to me, Boosie, Tony is better than them. I like UGK. I like both of them, but they ain't messing with Boosie. I'm just, they ain't fucking with Boosie to me. So, but I'm gonna do a show on that. We gonna get it in because it's the South don't get us respect when it comes to like MCs and their style of rap. They're not super lyrical, but they have a Southern style. And I'm just saying, see, I got BOA, and BOA is country, and I love Pimp C. But I gotta keep it a buck, man. I'm 44. Listen, Pimp C, my nigga. Break them all something? Pocket full of stones? I mean, murder? All that. Riding blades, all that. But I can't, to me, Boosie better than them. Boosie better than them niggas, man. I'm just saying, BOA. I gotta put Boosie over them, even though I love him. I love K-Rino, but when it comes to the lyricists, it has to be Scarface number 1, Andre 3000 number 2. To me, I go 8-Ball from 8-Ball MJG, straight up lyricist, Boosie, and then we can start filling in everybody else. We can start and I like K-Rino from Texas. We can start filling in everybody else, but we gotta have that conversation, BOA. Yeah, he is. I agree with you, BOA. I agree with you. Bun B right there too. Bun B right there too. But would you put Bun B over Pimp C, BOA? Because we definitely got the South. The South, when they talking about these MCs, don't get their respect. And I gotta keep it a buck. I was listening to Scarface, Gotta Let Your Nuts Hang in 91. We was rocking that. We was rocking Mr. Scarface, the first one. Mr. Scarface is Back, the second one. Scarface, the third one, the trilogy. We was rocking all that in the 90s. Scarface, the Ghetto Boys was killing them. So I just don't think, I don't think the South, 8-Ball MJG, they was the shit in the 90s. Orange Mound, they don't get their respect. They don't get the respect that they should get. And I think we should have that conversation because even up north here in Philly, certain rappers from the South still was getting rocked, especially 8-Ball MJG. Pimp Hard, man, niggas in Philly was rocking Pimp Hard. Mr. Big, hey, niggas was listening to Mr. Big in the 90s here in Philly. So we got to keep it real. We had that East Coast style. Right. They underrated. Listen, Mr. Big, man, Mr. Big was the shit. Right, Mr. Biggs, that was the shit. Space Age Pimpin'. So yeah, and then 3-6 Mafia would tear the club up. But that came on. It's fucked up. But when Tear the Club Up came on back in the day, man, they start shooting and shit. They used to start shooting off that stuff. Tear the club up. So, yeah. You say, simply, you say you from New York, you super biased. No, I get it. But we gotta keep it a buck. We was listening to niggas was listening to Ludacris, Too Fast, Too Furious, all those things. So the South definitely contributed to this hip hop thing. Definitely, they definitely contribute. But I don't think the South get the respect that they should because up north we tend to be more on a lyrical lyrics. That's why Lil Wayne and all them went like super lyrical and Andre 3000. But the South, I like the South when it was just that Southern style. I like Southern rappers when they wasn't trying to be lyrical. I like Southern rappers when they rap to their culture. Most Southern rappers aren't lyrical. They got that Southern twang, and they rap about the Southern culture. To me, that was the shit. UGK wasn't really super lyrical lyricist, they was the shit. Like, if you go back to 93 and you was in a pocket full of stones, come on, man. You was in the game. They didn't have to be lyrical to be dope. That was that Southern flow. So, and they, you know, they brought something to the game. Scarface just what he was. Scarface was who he was. Juvenile was the shit. The Hot Boys album, 400 Degrees, that was the shit. Soulja Slim was the shit. That's what I'm saying. So we're going to do a show. Right, my high East Coast rap, listen to everything. Right, we're going to do a show. I got to get my brother BOA up here, and we're going to do a show on the Southern rappers and who was the best. Who was the best? Because they talk about the West Coast with Death Row, Too Short, E40, Spice One. The West Coast get their props. The East Coast, I ain't even got, the Coogee Raps, Big Daddy Kane, the originators. The East Coast, then you go to the Midwest. The Kanyes and see you at the crossroads for the love of money. I'm drawing blanks today. Yeah, the Midwest, the Midwest had theirs, but the South don't really get the respect that they should get. So, but what I want to talk about today is about spoiling your sons. And I was at the VA hospital today with my dad, and my dad has COPD, and he has to carry. Oh, yeah, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Thanks, Sosa. He had the he carries around an oxygen thing, and he had to go to the doctor today. So the lady in the wheelchair came to pick my pop up. So while we was riding, we was talking to my son. My son broke his foot, but they took the cast off. He has a walking boot, and we were walking, and we were just conversating. And within the conversation, she seen my son's phone, and she's like, "That's a nice phone." And my son was like, "Yeah, but my dad won't buy me an iPhone." And I was like, "I ain't buying you no iPhone." And she was like, "Yeah, I just brought my son an iPhone. That phone was $900. I said, "You brought your son a $900 phone?" She said, "Yeah." But mind you, she worked at the VA pushing wheelchairs. And I said, "How old is your son?" She said, 15. I said, she said, "Yeah, I spoiled." She said, "Yeah, I know I shouldn't, but I spoiled him." So within the conversation, I said, "If you don't mind me asking, are you a single mom?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Do you understand that that's a detriment, what you're doing, that you spoil your son as a mom?" I said, "I'm not saying you're a bad mom, because you're probably an awesome mom. You probably do the best that you can do with the circumstances that the circumstances that's given to you." I said, "But why would you buy your son a $900 phone when that's a mortgage twice?" I said, "What has he done to earn a $900?" I said, "Do you even make $900 a week in your paycheck? Why would he get a $900 phone? He's 15. I said, I told her, I said, the problem that goes on in a lot of our communities, because a lot of our communities are full of single moms, are these mothers. And I had the same problem with my wife and my stepson when me and my wife first got together. Yeah, when me and my wife first got together, BOA, my wife used to spoil the shit out of this boy. I'm talking about give him rules and have chores, but then he don't do his chores, and she would go do them for him. She would wash his dishes. She would be taking the trash out, and she would be doing all these different things. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. This is when I'm fresh into the relationship with her. And I'm like, why are you washing his dishes? Go wake his ass up and make him come there. So he hated me early on because I came in and enforced rules. I said, go wake his ass up and make him come down here and wash dishes. Now I'm going somewhere with this, right? Make him come wash dishes. Make him do his chores. Make him earn his keep, and make him respect responsibility, right? She didn't understand this. She didn't understand this. Waxed off to the point where me and her used to battle sometimes. "Oh, you too rough. You too mean. You too this." And I'm like, "I'm too mean." I said, "No, I'm a man." And I said, "Well, what happened?" I said, "Well, how would you respect me if I just laid on my ass every day?" And I said, "You know what? I don't feel like going to work. I ain't paying a mortgage. You know what? I don't feel like taking you out. I'm just going to live up off of you. I'm just going to do you because my mom spoiled me. My mom served me all my life. So now that I got a girlfriend, I think my girlfriend should be my mom. She should serve me. You should do everything for me, and I should be entitled. I shouldn't have to work hard for nothing. O'Shea, and all rise for President O'Shea Duke Jackson has entered the building. President of the Negrocratic Party. Yeah, so the thing is, a lot of our boys today have entitlement. They're spoiled. They never had to work for nothing. They never had to earn nothing. They don't understand sacrifice. And most of this is coming from moms. These moms are spoiling these boys. They got the latest Jordans. They got the latest fashion. They got everything. And some of them don't even got good grades in school. A lot of them, wait a minute. Dang. A lot of them aren't even respectful to their parents and adults, but they're spoiled by their moms. Some of these boys are like 24, 25 years old. Their moms is still washing their clothes. They still living at home with mom. And because of this, they don't know how to be functional in a relationship, nor do they know how to be a man. They don't know what sacrifice for certain things is. They don't understand hard work. They don't understand commitment because they never had to be committed to nothing. And this is why you got so many single moms out here, and these boys are just running around slinging dick because they think that every woman is supposed to serve them. You're supposed to fuck me on command. You're supposed to give me what I need on command. I don't have to work. I don't have to earn nothing. I don't have to prove myself. I don't have to show that I'm responsible for the family that I'm going to create because nobody ever taught me to be. Anything I ever wanted, I got from my mom. My pop wasn't never there because this cycle goes on. And this is the stuff that's going on. And I used to fight tooth and nail with my wife, with my stepson, until she finally got it. Because I said when he turned 15, he's going to start running the streets and start getting in trouble if you don't buckle down on his ass right now. And she used to battle me because she was a single mom and dad wasn't around. Now here I come enforcing rules. Nobody said that you wasn't there for your son. I'm confused. Am I striking a nerve? I'm not saying that all dads ain't there for their son. My son lived with me. I'm here for my son. I'm speaking that when you look at our communities, and you look at the majority of our communities is being run by single moms. I'm not saying that these single moms are bad moms, but what I know is moms have a tendency to spoil their sons. And I said something the other day. And matter of fact, I said this on the phone to O'Shea earlier. I'm going to share this with you guys. I said this to O'Shea earlier on the phone. I said, if the woman is the first teacher of the children, right? I want y'all to hear me. I want every woman that's watching now and every woman that will come in to see this video, I want you to listen to what Bishop George is telling you right now. If the mother is the first teacher of the child, right? And we know for a fact that we experience racism, his historic racism, generational racism in this country from white men, right? But the mothers are the first teachers. Those white men that has perpetuated racism and violence, right? Had mothers, right? So if mothers are the first teacher, what were those white mothers teaching their children? Now, why am I saying this? They was teaching them to be conquerors, rulers, evil devils, to control, to not lose control. Because that white woman knew that the males that she gives birth to is her protectors. These are her children. They will serve her interests. These white mothers understood this. I'm giving birth to my protector. And he will serve my interests. It's to the point to the day where sons will always take mom over dad. Pop, you cool, but mom is mom. Damn near in every culture. So what I'm saying to you is the white woman was breeding her sons to be rulers, to not lose the kingdom that they created. Now, what I know that as black people in America, we've going through a destruction of a culture of people, a total destruction. We've been bred here since the late 1700s, the early 1800s. After slavery was over, 75% of us was bred here on these shores, and the black woman and black man was always bred to be apart. The system was set up for a black man to never flourish, where a woman will look to a man for strength and direction, or be able to be dependent upon her man. That's the way the system was set up. So by us knowing that, I'm telling black women today, the boys that you give birth to when you become a single mom, you're giving birth to your protector. He's supposed to be raised to be a soldier. You can't wash his dishes. You can't take his trash out. You can't keep buying him the latest Jordans and the latest leather jackets and the latest. He has to earn that stuff. He has to understand what responsibility is, what commitment is. When stuff happening out, when these shootings and all this stuff is happening out here on the streets, you know why you don't see young black men on the front line? Because young black men don't know what they're fighting for. They're not being taught that they're supposed to protect you. You got women out here on the front line, homosexual women and straight women out here on the front line protecting fucking men, speaking for men, because the boys that's coming out of the wombs of these black women are not being taught to be conquerors and rulers. You got boys out here that love mama. Love mama. Do anything for mama. I'm telling black women, you have to get on par with this white woman and train your boys to be rulers and conquerors. We're not in a situation where there's mom and dad in the house. We can get into the argument about, well, them niggas should be there. Well, guess what? They not there. And you're still having sex. We still producing babies. So what I'm telling y'all is this. Y'all know George, I come straight down the middle. I don't attack women or men. I attack our issues. What I'm saying is you cannot keep buying these boys $900 phones. I know stories of boys go out and have a baby, and the baby mom move in with the mom. The mom work all kinds of shifts just to get him an apartment. She's paying the mortgage at her house, and she's paying them the rent at the apartment that she got for her son and his baby mom and the baby. Where do they do that at? Where do they do that at? Moms, you give birth to your protector. Those boys, those soldiers, all of those boys out there in Chicago, in Memphis, your GDs, your P-Stones, your Bloods, your Crips, Disciples, all those boys running wild. They're coming out of the wombs of black women. They're coming out of your wombs. They're coming out fearless. They're soldiers, but they're not being directed. Right. Absolutely, BOA. And what I'm saying is all the blame is not on black women. I don't want any women to see this and misconstrue what George is saying. I'm not saying that. This ain't the freaking those manosphere dudes where I come on here and say the community is destroyed because of black women. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because of our circumstances or what's happened to us, this white woman, because woman is the first teacher, is telling her sons to be racist, rule, control, do whatever you got to do by all means necessary to control. White women own slaves. White women, when black men got out of line, white women called that her protector on you. All you white women lovers, when you get out of line or you argue, guess who she called? She called her protector to come whip your ass or to come straighten you out. Guess who her protector is? That goddamn white man that come out of her womb. You disrespect the white woman and watch what the white man do to you. Put your hands on a white woman and watch what that white man do to you. In his courtrooms, with his guns, his police, his economics, watch what he do to you. Because he's trained from the time he exits that womb to maintain. what they have intact. He's taught this. See, y'all never, what we've done, BOA, is we spent so much time, let me say this the right way. We spent so much time in black YouTube, right, fighting amongst each other, black men and black women, blaming black women for the destruction of the community, black women blaming black women blaming black men for abandoning their families. We've done, I'm gonna say it again. We blame black women for the destruction of the black community. We blamed black men for abandoning the community. A lot of us are going our own way. You got channels where black women are telling them to go with white men. Black men are saying they're going to get white women and other women, not African-American women. We conditioned to just breed ourselves out. Just burn it all down and all this kind of stuff, right? Nobody ever stopped to ask yourself the question, because I always hear this all the time. The woman is the first teacher. The woman is the first teacher to the children, and the woman is the this. Well, if the black woman destroyed the black community because she's the first teacher, and my name is George Macon, and I'm speaking English because of systematic and institutional racism, then what the fuck is the white woman? If the black woman destroyed the black community, the white woman destroyed us. Because who cheered that white man on to continue when they was whipping us, when they was Jim Crowing us, when they was Plessy versus Ferguson in us, when they was bringing crack into the communities? Who when that white man was in power and he was pillow talking with his wife, what was that white woman telling that white man? Was she telling him to ease up on the black community? Was she telling him to ease up on policy? No. She was telling him to move, press forward, stay in power. White nationalism over everything. This is what the white woman is preaching. Don't you get it fucked up. That's why every time a black woman got something, they usurp it. Because and if you get out of line, she calls her protector. That same man that come out of her womb. You keep thinking that they hate each other or they at each other's throat. You keep thinking the white man and the white woman hate each other. Man, that's a bullshit. Get out of line with this white woman and watch that white man come disrespect the white man's mother and watch what the white man do. So I'm telling sisters, because we are at war and we know for generations that the black man has been destroyed, the boys that are coming out of your womb, you can't coddle them. You can't spoil them. You got to raise hardened soldiers. You are giving birth to your protectors. You're giving warriors. There's not a lot of men in the homes to train these warriors. They have to be trained up by you because that white woman is training, is teaching her son. Don't get it fucked up. Don't let this shit misconstrue you, man. I'm trying to tell you. See, because we can't be hypocrites. Then if you disagree, if anybody disagree with the message, then stop saying that the woman is the first teacher. Stop saying the woman is the first teacher. Because if the woman is the first teacher of the home, then guess what? That white woman is the queen of this kingdom. The white woman should sit at the seat at the UN. Access and creating. We have a lot of, see, the thing is, we have a lot of internal issues. We got a lot of mothers. I'll say this. You got to understand something. 6 out of 10 black women are molested before the age of 16. So we got a lot of abandoned mothers from the time they exit the womb. They come out unprotected. We got a lot of hurt mothers. We got a lot of mothers that are children disguised as adults having babies. And they haven't even found their way. But when you live in communities with economic deprivation and the destroyed culture, we're going to have irresponsible sex. We're going to have irresponsible behavior. But what I'm saying is, if we want to change this, we have to start recognizing our flaws and how we're being attacked. And I'm telling you, it's not black women out here dying in the street every day, blowing each other away, getting locked up, mass incarcerated. It's your sons that you're giving birth to. It's your sons. They have black women having children, but it's your sons that are the ones that are getting murdered, and they're showing them on CNN 50 times a day with the white sheet over their bodies and all that kind of stuff to socially engineer and psychologically fuck you up. So as black men and black women, we already walking around with PTSD. And I'm saying with a lot of those traumas that happens, mothers tend to overcompensate and spoil and coddle their sons. You can't do that. You can't do that. If we're going to clean up our communities, if we're going to clean up our communities where the majority of our communities is being raised in the house with single moms, you're going to have to toughen these boys up. You're going to have to toughen these boys up. It's not going. You can't be buying these boys $900 phones. You can't be washing his dishes when he has chores. You can't be going up to the school cussing out the teachers when he keeps acting up. He never does nothing wrong. It's not my son, not my son. Your son is never does nothing. He's a goddamn terrorist in the community. But when it comes to you, he never does nothing wrong. You have to put that little joker in check. Did they say we live in a patriarchy? Matriarchy, and the moms are in charge? Well, you give birth to your protectors. You have to night as moms in the conditions that we're in right now. I don't want nobody to come out here and start saying, well, it's the men. I don't want to hear that today. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about women spoiling their sons that you give birth to. What I'm saying is this. I want all the women to understand what George is saying to you. What I'm saying to you is, in the circumstances that we're in right now, the circumstances the hand that we've been dealt, in the circumstances that we're in, right? Until things change, the young men that you give birth to, you have to raise soldiers and you have to knight them. You have to raise them to know that they're your protectors and they have to die knowing that they have to protect the nest. Because when we have boys being raised up like that, they'll be raised with a purpose and they'll understand their roles. Boys will be less likely to be slinging dick all over the fucking place because they'll be raised with respect for women, and when they respect women, they respect themselves. When you have a society where there's not enough men in the house teaching them, and then the men that are there is teaching them to be fucking fuck boys, the moms are spoiling them. They don't have a thought capacity of what respect is, of what honor is, of what commitment is. Who's teaching a boy the commitment? He doesn't have to be committed to anything. He doesn't have to work for anything. He doesn't have to sacrifice for anything. He thinks every woman's supposed to serve him right away. And this is why you got brothers out here with 6 and 7 baby moms. Because he never got the memo. Nobody who sat him down and said, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Why are you spilling your seed around like this? All these different women, you ain't with none of them. You got 7 baby moms and now you got a girlfriend. You ain't with none of the women. What was your upbringing like? What are you committed to? These are the things, these are the conversations that we got to have. These are the conversations that I had with my son. Commitment. He has the honor, integrity. My son is 11 years old. Is it in the culture that does that? No, it's the culture, decent Tavo. It's not that the mom is fucked up. We have a fucked up culture that's dictating how we operate. We have a destroyed, dysfunctional culture that's dictating how we operate in the culture. So within the culture, you have a lot of moms that's been molested, that's been abandoned, that's been conditioned to be irresponsible. And they have irresponsible sex. And then they raise children irresponsible. You have boys that never had responsibility that run around slinging dick from bed to bed. And it's just a cycle that don't stop. That think every woman should serve him because he think he's entitled because he's black with a big dick. But he's not responsible to nothing. This is part of hey George, at what point in time does the human have the cognitive ability to understand? I think that's it's hard to explain that, Snuggles, because when you're raised up in a destructive culture and the veil is in your eyes, sometimes you have to go through the fire before you can recognize and see certain things. Sometimes you can't hear the voices talking to you. The culture is dictating it. It's from the music. It's from the households. So we have a culture that promotes dysfunctional sex because we have a culture that promotes dysfunctional unions. So we have a group of moms that's already coming up in dysfunctional culture, so they're raising dysfunctional children. We have a group of dads that's coming up in dysfunctional culture, so they're exhibiting dysfunctional behavior. And whenever you have boys or men dysfunctional behavior, because we're the seed planters, man, that's a recipe for destruction. Because if my mind is not right, and I'm not wanting for my brother what I'm wanting for myself, and I'm just doing anything, and other young men are seeing me and they emulating this, a thing of competition, nigga, I'ma fuck your bitch, and all this type of thought process. Women competing against each other to get the man. Any man say something nice to your panties fall down. Then you get the son and the daddy ain't there, and you tell the son the daddy ain't shit, and you spoil the son and coddle him up, and you don't even realize that you're raising your son to perpetuate the cycle. We got to raise up a new crop of young men. And the young men that are coming out of your wombs are the warriors that's going to protect and serve the community. I've been hearing conversations on live streams about black men protecting the community and black men protecting the women. And I'm listening intently and I'm saying, wait a minute, we got this game messed up. Why are we even having this conversation? The babies that come out of the wombs of black women are already ordained to protect the women. But if they're not being conditioned, or if there's not a culture that's teaching these young boys to do that, how would they know what they're supposed to protect? They're not protecting anything. They're just running wild with a sense of entitlement. It should be without question. That should be the last thing that we should ever be talking about. We come out of the wombs of black women. What are we talking about? Does the black woman need protection? What is that? But that just the mere fact of those panel discussions shows the dysfunction of black people. That shows the dysfunction of black people. Are you kidding me? Last time I checked, I'm a black man. I came out of a black womb. So did BOA. So did Tony Davis. What are you talking about? But if you want, let me tell you something. If you're conditioned or trained or raised up to want for your brother what you want for yourself, the same way you love your mama, you'll love the next black man's mama. The same way you love your mama, you'll love the next black man's mama, because you want for your brother what you want for yourself. But if you're not raised up in a culture of sacrifice and understanding, then you're going to have a destruction. So what I'm saying is, we're in a culture where the majority of the homes are single moms. So I'm telling you, if this white woman is teaching her son to control the bag and to perpetuate racism, black women, the boys that come out of your womb, you have to raise soldiers. Because that's the only way it's going to change. We can argue all day about black men at the home. Guess what? The black men ain't in the home right now. So fuck those black men that ain't in the home. We got to take these black babies that we giving birth to, and we got to raise them up to understand what commitment, sacrifice, and manhood is. You can't worry about the black men that ain't in the home. Some of those black men are strung out on drugs. The white woman won. The white woman won that part of the war. The white woman told her sons and her husbands in the pillow talk to just rape, plunder, and destroy. What are you telling your son? Or are you fighting your son's battles? When your son is down there on the football field and he gets tackled hard, do you run down there and try to fight the coach? Or if the coach cuss at your son, are you trying to fight the coach? Or are you letting your son grow up and be a man? This is your protector. Are you fighting for him? He getting a little squabble outside with the kids. Do you run outside and go try to fight for your son? Or do you let your son stand up and man up? We got to understand what we up against, man. If I love my brother, if I want for my brother what I want for myself, then the same way I love my mama is the same way I'm gonna love BOA's mama. You can't disrespect his mama in front of me, nigga. I might slap the fuck out you. I'm in my 40s. I come from that area. You don't disrespect no elder women. We will fuck you up. But y'all don't understand. Man, that ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my business. Man, oh man, look, man, whatever, man. I ain't getting in that. But go out into some of them white neighborhoods and disrespect the white woman and watch what happened to you. Go out there in them counties that y'all live in and disrespect. Go out there in the county, some of y'all in the South, up here in New York and all that. Go out there in the county and slap the fuck out of a white woman and watch what those white cops do to your black ass. See, but this is the thing. You already know not to do that. You psychologically know. You better not ever touch that motherfucking white woman because the wrath, the punishment is going to be severe. They're gonna send a message. You niggas can fuck each other up all you want. I don't care. You can call your woman bitches and hoes. You can do all that shit. But you ever touch our woman, we gonna fuck you up. And we gonna make it public to the world. The only time you can touch our women is when we sacrificing a couple of our women to make economic gain off you niggas. We give a couple of our white women to some of you niggas in porn. We'll let a couple of you marry them off. We'll sacrifice a couple of our women. But you better not disrespect them. Don't you dare come in here for child support court as a black man with a white woman. Nigga, we gonna nail you to the cross. There's hell to pay. It's punishment. Because even if the white man don't like his woman, even if he didn't like his woman, that's his woman. And he gonna let the world know, you better not ever fuck with her. I came out of that womb. We don't understand this concept. We don't understand this concept. You gotta stop spoiling. You gotta stop spoiling your babies. You have to stop spoiling your babies. I got my link. The link is in the chat room. I got 54 people watching. If y'all didn't subscribe to my George Making 2 channel, hit that link right now in the chat room. Hit that link in the description box. Subscribe to the George Making 2 channel. I need everybody to subscribe there. Hold on a second. 1 second. We gotta tighten up, man. I've been listening to these streams, and I'm just, it's just confusing. It's just confusing to me. Like I don't even understand how it becomes a question. Oh wait a minute. This is my hit that the link is in the chat now. Hit that link. 1 second. More time. Hit that link and make sure y'all subscribe because I'm gonna start going live once I get about 200 or 300 subscribers over there. I'm gonna start going live on the George Making 2 channel. But we gotta well, see, the thing is, Tony, the solutions is here, and within the solutions, brother Tony, we gotta recognize how we're being attacked. The problem that we have is, I'm gonna tell you the problem that we have. It's twofold. Whenever a brother like me stand up and say something like this, I'll get attacked for saying that I'm attacking women, and I'm not attacking women. I'm explaining warfare that's going on. Listen, a lot of men is not in the homes. They're not going to be back in the homes. We can't sit and argue about that. We got to raise up these boys in a different way with a different culture. We got to do it, and it's going to be done by black women because there's not a lot of men in the homes. The responsibility that you think black men should have, the black men are not there. So it's going to be on you. Let's just keep it a buck. They're not there. How long are you going to continue? How long are you going to continue? The man that you open your legs to and allow to enter you, and a man that you allow to enter in your universe, guess what you have to do too, black women? You have to take responsibility for who you let between your legs, whether it went right or wrong. He's wrong for not being there, but you also have to take responsibility because you let that man between your legs unprotected, put his seed up in you when you gave birth. So you have to hold that L as well. So, and part of holding the L in war, you got to raise up your protector. You got to raise up your protector. And this is just real talk. This is just real talk. We gotta. I can't stand a lot of brothers that's not there. That's just trifling. I know some brothers that got 4 kids by like 3 different women, and they ain't with none of the baby moms. They got a girlfriend, and they spend more time with their girlfriend's kids than they do their own kids. I know brothers like that. I get it. We got a lot of psychological shit that's going on, man. But we don't have time to keep harping on that shit that may never change. Only thing you can do is work with what you got. And I'm telling sisters, stop coming supporting these platforms and coming onto these platforms saying men ain't shit when you got 4 kids by 3 different men. You need to be off of those platforms, not blaming the men. You need to be rolling up your sleeves and tightening this shit up. We got to tighten up. We know a lot of men ain't shit. We know a lot of women ain't shit because we know in a dysfunctional culture, we exhibit dysfunctional behavior. We get it. What I'm saying to the sisters, Bishop George is saying to the sisters that support George Macon, leave those channels alone that all they do is nigga bash. What you need to be doing is focusing on your son and trying to create a rebel, trying to create a strong, stern man. You got to be accountable for the mistakes that you. It ain't all just the baby father fault. You chose him. I tell that to my daughters. Okay, he fucked up, but he was fucked up when you met him. You didn't use a good job of discernment of who you was letting between your legs. You wasn't listening to pops. You got to hold that out. Dad, I want you to go over there and cuss him out. I ain't going over there to say nothing to that man. Bring my grandbaby over here. I got it. Let that man, whatever, he got to figure that thing out on his own. I ain't got time for that. We raising soldiers, man. If you want to change these circumstances, we got to recognize what the circumstances is and take responsibility. Sisters, take responsibility for your fucking womb. Everything is not the man's fault. Brothers, take responsibility for the seeds that you carry, man. You can't just be spilling your seed everywhere. I know the culture tells us, man, she got a fat ass. I'm going to fuck the shit out of her. Man, I know you can walk in the barbershop and be like, man, I just bust this chick ass. I'm talking real because this is how we talk. I just bust this chick ass last night. Boy, I had her running all up on the floor, the bed, everywhere. But then, okay, so what now? What after that, what? Did you use protection? Did you understand what I'm saying? Like you planting seeds everywhere without a care in the world. You planting seeds with women that you never stopped to think or had a thought of creating a family with. But this is part of a dysfunctional culture. But guess what, black women? For every man that you say that ain't shit, for every man that you say that is worthless, for every man that you say that's not taking care of their kids, there's a woman that looks just like you that's opening up her legs and providing a service for this man to be who he is. So if a man ain't shit, then you ain't shit. Because a man can't be a dog or can't be shit without a woman providing a womb for him. So if you ain't checking your woman or telling other women to be responsible, or you ain't going to some of these chat rooms and telling black women to shut the fuck up, take responsibility for your decision making in your womb. The same way I get on black men, I go onto these platforms, I go onto these live streams, and niggas call George a set. Niggas go all that, George. George, you always coming at the men. You always talk about black male accountability because I'm a fucking man. That's why. But I need you sisters to start talking about black women accountability. Stop blaming everything on. I'm tired of seeing these streams that men ain't shit. No. You might be a virtuous and pious woman, but your girlfriend's a fucking whore, and you know it. Your auntie's a whore. Your sister's a whore. Let's keep it above. We all come from these same communities. This is Bishop George. I give you the real talk. You know damn well your girlfriend's a hoe, but that's your girlfriend, so you just rock with her. But you got to stop making excuses for her behavior. How many of y'all they got girlfriends, they don't know who the goddamn dad is? She tell you because she confide in you. Let's keep it above. And we support it. How many of you homies out there, you got homies that you know goddamn well he don't take care of his kids, but you still his fucking homie? So when I listen to these live streams, all I hear is, I'm going my own way and you niggas ain't shit. And all everybody doing is beating up on each other. Nobody's taking full responsibility. Because none of these niggas would be saying they going their own way if women was just giving them the pussy. They would be staying right there. They wouldn't be saying I'm going my own way. They only going their own way because they can't cut mustard with some of these women out here. But you gotta take the responsibility, man. You gotta take responsibility. You have to take responsibilities for the decision makings for the decisions that you do. So now you mad at all your baby moms that they got you in child support court, nigga? You was the one fucking wrong. These bitches ain't shit. Man, I can't believe this bitch. Man, she want to take all my money. She's just so unreasonable. Well, guess what? Nobody told you to none of them. What about the other two baby moms you got? Oh, well, one baby mom is cool, but the other two baby moms, I can't stand them bitches. Well, you the one that was irresponsible. What responsibility do you take? I have not one time in the conversation, brother, that we've been having that I've heard you say that you're responsible for the actions. I'm never on these streams where I hear black men or black women say, you know what? It's not the black man's fault. I fucked up. I got 3 baby fathers. It's my fault. I have never, in all my years of black YouTube, heard anybody come on there and talk like that. And you wonder why the children perpetuate the same bullshit. I've yet to see it. I have yet to be on any of these streams. I ain't gonna say no names. And certain things I'm listening where I hear these women be like, you know what? I know I bang on men, but I ain't shit. I'm a hoe. I never heard a woman say, you know what? I'm gonna own it. I'm a hoe. You know, he wasn't shit. He should have been there for the baby. I have never heard any black women on any of these platforms say, you know what? He should be there for the baby. It's his baby. He ain't shit. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was a hoe. I was fucking 2-3 different niggas at one time, and he caught me. Or he knew about it. I'm a hoe. I have never. I should have been protecting my womb. I gave that nigga STD. I have never heard any never. I've never heard any of these niggas in the manosphere. Man, you know I fucked up. I burnt my baby mom, man, and she left me. I gave my baby mom gonorrhea. I've never heard any of these niggas say this. Or I had a baby on my baby mom, man. It's just these women ain't shit. I used to go upside my baby mom head. I have never heard nothing. I have never heard the personal responsibility. It's everybody else's fault. And you wonder why we're not raising soldiers. I haven't heard it. I've been listening. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I've seen all kinds of videos about how niggas ain't shit, niggas trifling. Oh, just haven't seen it. You know when we tell the truth in our actions and behavior. People tell you anything, but then you go look into their life and you like, damn, you got wait. You got 3 kids and now you're a lesbian. You ain't with none of the fucking men that you got the babies by. I mean, I hear you talk a good rap, but your behavior doesn't add up with the stuff that you say. Wait a minute, you got a good job and everything, but nigga, you going down to the courthouse to see your kid. Oh shit, we find like you be beating your baby mama. What I'm saying is, it's just no personal responsibility. It's everybody else's fault, and all of these are traits. Right, I agree, Brother Mathis. All of these are traits of PTSD and dysfunction. That's all I'm saying. And within that dysfunction, as I went off, within that dysfunction, you have a lot of single moms. And single moms are raising their sons to be pussies because they're doing everything for them. They're frustrated that the dad ain't there and they're coddling their sons. And you can't. You have to raise soldiers. We're at war. And we know that we've had entities and systems that set in place to destroy us mentally. Yeah, we don't have the shackles on our wrist no more, but we have them on our brain. We've been conditioned to hate each other. So when I do these type of live streams, I come right down the middle, and I go right at the jugular on both sides. I go right at the sisters. I go right at the brothers, and I don't care the flack I get. I get called simps. I get all kinds of shit. But I'm looking at what's going on. I'm looking at it from a war strategy. Inside our homes in America, the Negro people, the majority of our homes are single moms. So the responsibility is going to be on the single moms to raise these soldiers because the men ain't here. I'm tired of hearing these platforms arguing all day about the men. Well, guess what? The fucking men ain't there. They ain't coming back. But guess what? You are, and you still having sex though with black men. So you got to take the responsibility. And then my job as Bishop George is to shape some of these brothers in shape. Have my sermons and jump on these brothers to get these brothers psychologically back in shape. Brother, you got sons out there. How the fuck you ain't see your son in 3 weeks? How the fuck you, and she not even keeping you from your son. How the fuck you ain't see your son in 6 months? What, huh? How you buying something for your son before you buy for your son? How you do things for you before you do for your own children? I remember one time I was about 22, and I went to pick my dad up one time. I had this is back when I was rolling. I was pick my dad up from downtown one day, and I had a bunch of bags. I had went shopping. I had like $3,500 worth of freaking shopping stuff, all in the back seat. And my pop jumped in my car. And my pop got a real smart mouth. Like, you know, he like all people's pops. Like, he just go in. And my pop looked at me, and I said, what? And he said, I don't see no kid shit back there. I said, what you talking about? My pop said, he said, I don't see no children shit back there. He said, you got like $3,000 worth of shit back here. You got everything for your fucking self, but you got kids. And my father said, I raised you. I went to work in the wintertime with holes in my boots at times when I didn't have no fucking money. This is what my pop said to me. He's cussing me out in the car. I'm 22 at the time. And he's my father saying to me, I worked in 2 degrees weather in fucking refineries to make sure you had the things you have. And here you are out here running the streets, selling that shit, making money, and you buy things for yourself before your own fucking children? My father put me in check that day. He made me feel this fucking big. And I'm going to tell you, had I not had my father there to check me, what would my thought process would have been? And he cussed me out. You know how dads are. He cussed me out the whole ride home. He was pissed. He couldn't understand. Because in his mind, he never did anything for himself before he did anything for his children. I watched my father go to work at times when the money wasn't right, when his boots was fucked up. He had to get on a bus. He had to get on a bus to go to work. It's 4 degrees. I remember that shit. Getting up for school. So what I'm saying is, my father checked me. And he put that understanding like, wait a minute. Because in my mind, I was young. I gotta be fly. I gotta do me. I'm doing me. I'm the shit. I'm George. I'm this. And he put me right back in perspective. A lot of these boys out here don't have that. They got you, man. They got you. So you can't be buying them with $900 phones. You can't be buying him a $900 phones and he's only 15 years old. There's no 15-year-old that deserve a $900 phone from a mom that's working a regular 9 to 5. You can't afford that shit. You're overcompensating for what? He doesn't need that. You can't be doing his chores. What's going on, Omega Dress, Lawrence Burris, Great Black Shark, Decent Tavo, what's happening? Malik Vanderpool. Who else we got up in this joint, man? We got a lot of people. I got like 69 people. Make sure y'all subscribe to the my George Making 2 channel. I gotta get that up to at least 300 subscribers before I start going live over there. So that way I know that the majority of the people that come to watch me will be over there. So that way when I do go live, y'all can get the streams. Make sure y'all hit that bell. We got 71 people watching, man. you can't be counting on your sons, man. Like we got a whole community full of pussies. They beating the fuck out of each other, but they don't understand. They don't understand like these boys. I'm not an advocate of abortion. Fuck that. Had them babies. Had them soldiers. They just got to be raised up right. Nobody, man, listen, to this day, nobody's producing babies like black people. I know black women that have been on crack 20 years, smoking crack, doing all kinds of drugs. They still can pop out babies. Fucking white woman is eating right, eating celery and goddamn cucumbers all day, drinking lemon water, running, doing backflips, and she still can't have no baby. Freaking black women smoking cigarettes, drinking brown liquor, and smoking crack for 20 years, and she's still popping them out. I ain't with that abortion shit. We just got to raise our children the right way. We got to start raising soldiers, man. And the first step to that is we got to stop pointing fingers, man. Black boys need their fathers. Some of you fathers that's not there, man, you got to straighten it out with your baby mom. It ain't all her fault, dog. You chose to have a baby by her, even if she crazy. It's not all her fault. What responsibility do you take, nigga? Okay, he ain't there. Or he said he keep telling the baby he coming and he don't come. I seen this shit. My stepsons, my stepson, his father. Throughout the years, he would call him and tell him he coming and he don't come. I remember he would battle with me. He would sit out on the steps and wait for his dad to come, and his dad don't come. And I would feel so bad. He would be out there waiting for his pop, always holding out hope his pop was selling dreams. And I seen him turn for the worse. I seen the anger. I seen him get mad. His pop let him down. He was let down by his father. My wife used to cry. And, you know, I used to be there for him the best way I could, take care of him. But he rejected me. I wasn't his dad. We would battle and fight. He loved me to death today because now he's grown and he understands manhood, but he rejected me for a while. He rejected me for a while. So I'm telling you dads that are able, I don't care if you ain't got money. Go there and be there with your goddamn sons and stop allowing their moms to coddle them and spoil them. You as a man know how hard it is out here for a black man. Ain't nothing coming to you. Ain't nobody gonna give you a fucking thing but a goddamn bullet in your head or a prison cell. Ain't nothing coming to you. You gotta work for it. You gotta take it. You gotta go out there. You gotta take your liberties. You gotta work hard. Because even when you work hard at times, you still get overlooked as a black boy. And as a black man, when you know this shit, you gotta get over your own pain. You gotta get in your son's life. Because a lot of these women are hurting in pain and they're not equipped. They're having babies, but they're not equipped to be raising these children. Society has shown. You got broken women having babies, raising children, and they're not raising soldiers. These white women have been raised in a society where they're conditioned to raise soldiers. The society is set up for them to raise soldiers. The society is not set up for black women to raise soldiers. But we got to recognize it and create our own matrix within the society. We got to change it. We got to change this shit. So I'm telling black people, I'm telling black women first, stop going on panels where all they doing is banging on black men. And you ain't take responsibility for yourself. You ain't take responsibility for your mom. You ain't take responsibility for your whore-ass girlfriends. You ain't take responsibility for the whoring that you do when you with your girlfriends. Knowing damn well you fucking a nigga down at the job and you come home to your boyfriend. Knowing damn well you fucking your other baby father. But because he don't know about it, it's everybody else's fault but his. Take responsibility for your own misdoings and your own fuck ups first. And then you'll be able to recognize how other people fuck up. Brothers, you gotta do the same thing. Because when we don't take responsibility for the shit that we doing, the children suffer, man. See, because what I didn't mention was when you're not there for your sons, but then you got daughters, you ain't there for your daughters either. What type of decisions? See, this thing goes in a cycle, Janice. When you decent Tavo, Sosa. I talked about not spoiling your sons, but watch this. When you a black man, when you a black man and you got a daughter and you ain't in her life, you ain't the first man in her life to teach her how a man should treat a woman. You ain't the first man that she should be in response to, that she can count on, that she can know she protected by. Man, when the devil come in front of her and say something nice, her panties fall off. When the devil show up, he say anything to her. He got a handsome face. He give her some of that wood. It's over. And now all of a sudden you want to come and you want to try to teach her. It's too late. And it ain't nothing like a woman that's a young girl that's astray, especially a young girl that's astray from her dad. She's learning how to be a woman on the fly, dealing with men. A woman cannot teach a girl how to properly interact with men. The father has to do that, because a woman can never understand a man from that context. A man does. Only I can tell my daughter, listen, you got to operate this way. You got to move this way. And whether she's going to listen or she's not. But when you ain't in her life to explain these things to her, this is why a father is vital to a daughter and a son. When you ain't in her life to explain this type of stuff to her, or when you ain't in her life to protect her, she's susceptible to get molested. She's susceptible to be being beaten. Look at George. I want everybody to look at George. When I was in my early 20s, the girls that I used to deal with, I used to beat on them. I'm telling you, when you are not there for your daughters and they're in their young teenage years and they're in their young adult years, they're susceptible to get their fucking ass whooped because you're not there. And the boys is coming around and they're recognizing, witnessing this shit. They know I can fuck this bitch up. Ain't nobody here to protect her. This is my woman. Bitch, shut up. This is what's going on. Because you ain't there. Or when you do finally come around, she keep everything from you. Because she's not used to having to come to a man to get advice. She's used to going to these women. Because you choosing not to be there in your daughter's life. Or you say, well, the mom won't let me be there, so then you just don't be there. Can't do that shit, man. Can't do that shit. It's just like the mom, when the son gets at an age and he starts to deal with women. And he's getting his heart broke. He's making bad decisions. A mom was a young girl at one time. She was a teenager. Now she's an adult. Moms know women. So when you bring that girl home and your mom say, I don't like that woman. I don't like her. She too fast. Or I don't like her for you. Mom know what the fuck she talking about. I ain't feeling that. I don't like her. What you talking about, mom? I love her. No, I don't like her. Because mom knows she wasn't shit at one time in her life. Mom knows that she was a hoe at the Freaknik back in 94. Mom knows that she was a whore at the Greek picnic back in 92. Mom knows that she was down at the Luke Mega Mix concert back in 89. Mom knows she was a hoe. So mom know a young hoe when she see a young hoe. But you not listening to mom. So mom not going to tell you, well, son, I used to be a hoe back in the day. That's how you got here. Mom just going to tell you, I don't like her. That's what mom going to tell you. Because a lot of your moms out there used to be whores in the 90s. Bishop George is going to tell you the truth. A lot of your moms out there was fucking for money at the Freaknik. She might be saved, sanctified, and delivered now, but she was fucking for money to a Lil Kim song back in the day. Your mom was young, pretty, had a fat ass, and she was juggling 4 or 5 different niggas. She had a 325i BMW. A nigga from Jersey bought that. She had a house that a nigga from Germantown bought that, and she had a pocket full of money. Your mom was a fly motherfucker that was juggling 5 or 6 different niggas. And one of them niggas is your dad. I'm telling you. So when your mom now is trying to give you some OG wisdom, you better fucking listen to her. Because if she don't know nothing, she knew the whole game. Because in my era, growing up, 80% of the women in the street was hoes. And 80% of the niggas in the street wasn't shit. That's That's why a lot of y'all don't know who your daddies are. Or your dad come around every holiday because he think you his son or daughter, but he not really sure. Or he treat you good, but he's real distant towards your brother. Because he not sure if he the dad or that nigga from Germantown is the dad. I'm keeping it all the way 100 with you. You ain't gonna get this real talk from nobody else. I'm gonna give you the real talk, man. And that's why a lot of moms spoil their sons, because they know that they wasn't shit growing up, and they don't even know who the dad is. So now his dad, his supposed to be dad, never comes around. So she overcompensates and does everything for him because she knows the mistakes she made. When she was young, she didn't realize it. But now at 39, and she got a 20-year-old son, and he fucked up in his head because he don't know his dad, she does everything for him. I'm his mom and his dad. Fuck his dad. No, why don't you tell him that you was a goddamn whore at the Biggie concerts back in the fucking day. And you fucked the nigga, the local nigga that was getting the money. You knew he had a girl. You was weak in pussy. And you got pregnant. And you ain't sure if it's his or your other baby father that was in and out of jail. Stop going on these platforms saying men ain't shit and take responsibility for your behavior. I got a Bishop George at my church, at this church, the Jackpot Joint in Jerusalem. I got to give it to you real talk. I got to give it to you real talk. Real talk. Because nobody else going to do it. Everybody going to sugarcoat and skirt around it. And you wonder why. But we got to know, Decent Tavo. That's the only way we're going to break. That's the only way we're going to break this cycle, Decent Tavo, of punk-ass wuss boys. And these sucker-ass niggas out here slinging dick ain't taking care of their kids. I got to tell the truth, man. There's a lot of young people that may come across this video and wonder. See, he was raised with his mom. And his mom did everything for me. Teen mom. How many of these boys out here just so soft? How many boys out here, you know, Janice, Aubrey, they teen mom. Mama! Mama do everything. Mama wash their clothes. Mama pay their rent. Mama send them money. Mama, they go to mama house and get food. They hate that. Because mama never told son about her behavior. I'm gonna find some old videos of the Freaknik here in Philly in the 90s. And some old videos of the freak of the I'm gonna find some old videos of the Greek picnic in the 90s here. Some old videos of the Freaknik in Atlanta. Some old videos of the parties in Miami. And I'm gonna do a live stream where I'm gonna play it. And I'm gonna let some of y'all see some of y'all mamas. The bike weekends in Virginia back in the early 90s, 91. Virginia Beach weekend. I'm gonna let y'all see some of your mamas. Cancun, Memorial Day, 1996, 1997, 1995. I'm going to let y'all see it. Some of your mamas. Some of your daddies. Y'all going to be fucked up. I lived that shit. I'm from it. God knows I probably got some babies out here that I don't even know about. That was some wild times, man. Wild times that we participated in. Memorial Day week in Miami, Memorial Day week in Cancun. You heard Nelly's song, we got secrets can't leave Cancun. Y'all can't begin to understand what was going on. And within all that dysfunction, we've created and given birth to a generation of some bitch ass boys. They don't got no problem with killing and beating up on each other. But they don't have no thought process of commitment, sacrifice, understanding, wanting for their brother what they want for themselves. None of that. Protection, none of that. They don't have no thought process of that. None. Like I said, I came from the era where I wanted for my brother what I wanted for myself. So the same way I love my mama, the same way I love grown man's business mama. And I ain't even got to know him. Tony Davis, Mr. Marcus. I come from that era. You can't disrespect a black woman in front of me when I was growing up. Are you fucking crazy? But this is within that dysfunction, we still had that sort of, that culture was still intact. When the crack era came out and we started indulging in crack, making big money, buying big cars, taking the whole block to Cancun, to Miami, fucking women on, in cars or outside on the hood of cars, on the beach, all that shit. I'm giving it to you real. Niggas done, some of y'all dads, you don't know your dads because these niggas done put their dick on the crack table. He met your mom at bike weekend and fucked your mom raw and got her pregnant. And that Mr. Clarence been your stepdad. She don't know who your dad is. I'm telling you. It was so much money out back then. We was running so wild. So I'm telling you, y'all, some of y'all young. Some of us was getting so much money, and you get so high, so drunk. You down there in Cancun, Miami. You're partying. You don't even know how you got to your hotel room. You wake up in the bed naked with 3 women. Ain't no telling what you was doing. Ain't no telling who you let off in. So some of y'all growing up angry and displaced because you don't know who your dad is. I'm giving y'all the real. Y'all not making the money that we was making. When I was growing up, you had guys 22 years old, millionaires already retired. They had 4 and 5 condos, houses, blocks doing $50,000 a day. That's the era I come from. And women was choosing. Women. You ever hear the song by Tupac, She's So Scandalous? Why do you think he made that song? She's so scandalous. Where do you think that song come from? I'm telling y'all, man. That's why I be listening to like some of these streams. I be listening to people talking. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers ain't never been out here. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. They just talking. You go back and listen to the Tupac and Biggie songs and Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, Il Nana. You go back to 1996. Ty Sex, Wetter Than Aquarium, Il Nana. What you think your mamas was doing? You niggas 27. You go back 23 years ago. What you think your mom was doing? So I'm trying to tell you, man. See, back in the day, you wasn't a simp if you gave a girl money. Back in the day, I might have had my girl. Back in the day, I might have had my girl and 3 other chicks. And they all had cribs, a car. That's the way it went. Niggas took care of their women back in the day. I gotta tell TM. You know why I gotta tell? Because I'm trying to save y'all children. The problem is we've been lying for too long. We got the fucking audacity to watch our children come on these live streams, beat up on each other all day, and we sit and don't say fucking nothing. Because we won't tell the goddamn truth. Because we so saved, sanctified, delivered, and washed in the blood today. But they got a nerve to judge them when they listen to what's her name? Not Nicki Minaj. What's the other girl name? The Dominican girl. What's her name? Fuck a nigga, get some money. How that song go? Fuck a nigga, get the check, or fuck a nigga, get some money. We got a nerve to turn our nose up and be judged fucking mental. When we was listening to Akadeli, just put it in your mouth. We was listening to Luke. Yeah, we got a nerve to judge our kids with this Cardi B shit. Fuck a nigga, get some money. When a lot of y'all was getting fucked in the ass because Lil Kim told you to get fucked in the ass. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Somebody tell George he lying. Please. Black women started indulging in anal sex because Lil Kim said get fucked in the ass. And she started naming people like Janet Jackson and Heather Hunter. And people start watching videos of those black women having anal sex. So, listen, it was a period of time when black women wouldn't let you go near her ass. She barely gave you head. Soon as Lil Kim came out with I Got No Time for Fake Ones, Or what's the other one? I know the dude named Jimmy used to run up in me and all that shit. I remember her first album. That shit was banging. People was listening to Lil' Kim. Next thing you know, they doing all that. They doing all the shit. They doing all the shit that white women was doing on porn. That shit started with Little fucking Kim and Foxy Brown Ill Nana. And that's when you start seeing all the other female rappers start coming out with that type of music. But you hear Cardi B today and you want to judge your children, but you never told your children about what the fuck you was doing. So maybe they can get a full understanding, because a lot of our children think we squares. A lot of our children think we slow. A lot of our children think we dumb. They don't know that we used to be gangsters. They don't know that we were stone cold killers. These young boys in the street, man, fuck them old heads. I ain't got no old head. He don't realize that old head will blow his fucking head off. We come from the 90s. We from 90s Chicago, 90s Philadelphia, 90s Washington, D.C., the murder capital, 90s New Orleans. We the 90s kids. The late 80s, early 90s. We was the real bad motherfuckers. But your kids don't know that because you don't tell them nothing. You right, B Money. Until Luke and them start telling them to do it. Akinelli and them start telling them to do it. No, we 90s kids. We made our bones in the early 90s when the murder rate was sky high. And these kids in Chicago running wild, Baltimore, Philly running wild, thinking that they doing something that wasn't done before them. And they don't got no respect for y'all because y'all walk around like you're perfect and you never told them nothing. So they don't respect shit. And then you do everything for them. I tried to hide this from my kids, man, but my old homies all. You can't hide it from your kids' grown man business. If you want to save your kid's life and you want to change the trajectory of the way our communities is going, you got to be honest with your kids. You have to tell your kids why things are so fucked up. And you have to explain to your children what they were born into. You have to explain this to them. The kids in Chicago need to know. The kids in Philadelphia need to know. They need to see us in real time, explaining this and moving in a certain direction. We walk around as if we never did nothing wrong. Then they got abandonment issues, especially the boys. They love mama. We live in a community where boys will do anything mama say, but won't do shit a nigga say. They'll disrespect the fuck out of an old head. But mama come on the block and say, boy, get your ass in the house. Nigga be a stone cold killer. His mom can come and make that nigga go right in the house. His pop come down the block. He tell me, Pop, get the fuck out of here. He might shoot at his pop. That's the conditions of the communities that we live in. I was keeping it a buck. So I'm telling black women, if you want strong black men, stop raising your sons to be pussies. Stop doing everything for them. Stop it. Stop blaming black men for every fucking thing. You have to take responsibility for who you let between your legs, and you also have to take responsibility for your womb, the hygiene of your womb, the protection of your womb. I understand that you was born and you never really had your pop in your life, but once you get of age, you have to recognize certain things. You have to take responsibility for the hygiene of your womb, the hygiene of your mind. You need a mind cleansing. And who you let between your legs. It's not all the man's fault. You are responsible. I tell that to my daughters and my sisters all the time. I'm not just jumping out the jet to go fuck this nigga up. What did you do? What do you mean what I did? No. What did you do? Before I go over here and check this nigga, I need to know what you did. Because I know for every nigga that ain't shit, there's a woman that ain't shit. So I'm just telling you, make sure y'all got them likes up. Let me see something real quick. Make sure y'all get them likes. Make sure y'all liking the video. I talk about my F's on my report cards all the time. No, Tony, you gotta talk about all that. I'm gonna tell you, Tony. You gotta sit down with your son and talk about the escapades that you did. You gotta. Right. Accountability is compassion. I like that, Great Black Shark. Accountability is compassion. And because you know me, they call me a simp. I don't attack the sisters. I teach the sisters as a man should. Because one thing I know that a lot of sisters, I know this for a fact. A lot of sisters don't have a lot of men in their life that when they doing some fucked up shit, that they respect it by, yo, why the fuck you do that? Or how many sisters out here, you know, got men in their life, a homeboy that don't want no sex from them, or a brother or uncle or somebody like, yo, why did you fuck him? I don't know, because he was cute. What do you mean? Why did you fuck him? What did he deserve to get some pussy? How many sisters got men like that can check him like that? Why did you fuck this nigga? You fuck this nigga for what? Because this is what I always do. Well, you need to change what you always do. Why are you fucking this nigga? You just met this nigga. What did he do to earn some pussy from you? How many girls got men around them that will protect them like that will tell them, yo, you being a fucking sucker. You doing nut shit. You fuck this nigga for what? What did he earn? How did he earn the right to get between your legs? How many sisters got that? So I give it to him cut and dry. As a man should. Not always spare the feelings. I'm going to tell you because I know what you do. I know what you do out there. But you got to take responsibility. Stop letting any nigga between your legs just because you heard he had a big dick, because your girlfriend talked about him, or because he got a nice car, or because he's tall, or because he's pretty. The fuck does that mean? Tall, nice car, cute, big dick. Don't take care of the responsibilities that come with having sex. You got to be real careful. A man will say anything to get in that wet spot. Anything. And guess what else, ladies? He'll do anything. Wars have been fought over the womb. Men will rob, steal, kill, lie, cheat, everything to get in that womb. Men will kill other men to get between them legs. And you sit there and let a nigga tell you anything? When you know damn well men have killed other men. Men have done home invasions and taken wealth from other men just so they can have wealth, so they can look good in front of you. And you let a nigga tell you anything just to get between your legs? Because you don't have real G's giving you this game that love you enough to tell you the truth. Love you enough to tell you the truth. I know that because I'm a man. I get horny enough or get fucked up enough in my head. I'll tell you anything to get some. It's our nature. And as a man, if I say I want for my brother what I want for myself, I want for my sister what I want for myself too. I'm going to tell you the real. Because I want our communities to change. I want our communities to change. It's not just the men running around slinging dick, fucking the community up. It's you opening up your legs to these niggas slinging dick. And the problem is you being stuck with the residue that y'all leave for 30 minutes of fucking pleasure. Because you just wanted to get a nut off and so did he. You wasn't trying to get pregnant, but because you have irresponsible behavior, you have irresponsible sex. So now unwanted baby comes. Because I always tell women, I can fuck this whole block that I'm living on right now and move to Seattle. And all the residue, you'll be stuck with everything that we did that day. So you have to be way more responsible. Because you'll be stuck with the residue of a one-night stand. That's why I told y'all in the 90s, when we was going to bike weekend in South Carolina, we was going to beach weekend in Virginia, Miami, Cancun, the Essence Festival in the Bahamas. I'm talking about we had so much money. Yeah, I dropped the link right now, Hot Rod. Hold on a second, let me drop the link. Because y'all need to know this. Make sure you subscribe to the next channel, Brianna Gill. This is the link right here. I got to get it to 300. I be kind of salty, man. I be dropping this wisdom, man, on people, man. And I be watching other joints, man. People be having 500 and 600 people in the chat, man. The people that be saying they support me, they don't come out to listen, man. I be trying to give y'all this real game. Let me tell you, I'm telling you. Back in the day, go to places like Miami, New York City, places like Detroit, DC, Philadelphia. You had young millionaires, man, 23, 24, man. I can tell you some of the stories that we did, man. Some of the things we was doing. Dudes was fucking girls in the club. Dudes had so much money, man. We used to have a saying, I ain't praying, I'm paying. Just give a girl $1,000, man. Tell her to bring her and her girlfriends. It's just a panty raid. Fuck fest. Man, niggas wasn't using condoms like that all the time, man. Babies was being born, man. I'm telling y'all the truth. Real talk. So some of y'all ain't gonna never know who your dad is because your mom, man, listen, your mom was doing her thing, man. Your mom was fucking with three. You ever hear the song Ho Happy Jackie by AZ? Go listen to that song Ho Happy Jackie. That's the shit. Go listen to Scandalous by Tupac. This is what was going on. You went to Miami or you went to Cancun? Man, women, go watch the video Me So Horny. The video by Tupac Crew, Me So Horny, and the beach parties. Women was naked. Niggas was just taking it was just running wild. We just imagine being 22 years old, 24 years old. You got like $3 million. You worth $3-4 million. You got all the cars, all the bitches. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You going to jail. You got 7 kids by 7 different women, but now it's time to go to jail for 15, 20 years because now you're getting indicted. And your mom told you that this other nigga was your dad. And because of that irresponsible behavior that we perpetuated, y'all came and that scar that was because it was never healed, it got infected and it got worse. So once we start dying, going to jail, the moms stop being whores, they start having children. And now here come what's the girl that had the song My Neck, My Back, Eat My Coochie Like That, and all that kind of stuff. You start hearing them. Then you had Trina. Pull over, that ass too fat. That's after my generation. Trina and them is in the 2000s now. Pull over, that ass too fat. Pull over, that ass too fat. Now you got a younger generation. And they coming in, they wilding now. They doing whatever. It's still a little money on the street. Not like our generation, but it's still money on the street. They still running wild. They still having irresponsible sex. Everybody's still being irresponsible. Right after that, the Trina and all those, then you start having the Nicki Minaj's and the all the other ones start coming out. And you just have a culture of dysfunction, a cesspool. A culture of dysfunction and cesspools. What are you talking about? Boys with fathers got to play sports and not work. Well, you've been tripping since you've been in this joint, Soul's Rebel. Don't even time him out, man. If he ain't here tripping, just ignore it. Yeah, but what's up, Chaos Rain? Make sure you hit that link and subscribe to the new channel. Right, Chaos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We gotta have these real conversations, man. Nobody want to really have these real. All I hear, I'm telling you, all I hear. Right. In the 90s, all teen girls wanted to be Lil' Kim, and everybody wanted to be Tony Montana or some Italian gangster. And everybody was running wild. I gotta find the videos and the pictures of me in the NSX and the SC400 down the beach running wild. Little skinny nigga running wild. Not being responsible, not caring. Feeling like I was on top of the world, all that kind of stuff. Not realizing that I was passing this dysfunction down to the children. But when I hear these live streams, all I hear is the women decided to start the community in the 60s and the men. Oh, Jones Beach. Yeah. Jones Beach that's up in New York. Ashbury Park up in Jersey and all that shit. Yeah, I'm with it all. I'm with the shits. We did it all. We did it all, man. We was at all them joints, man. All of them. We used to buy cars. Listen, niggas used to buy cars. Yo, Greek Fest coming, man. I got to go get the kitted up. I got to get the kitted up AMG kit on the Benz, man. I got to have the flying shit out here, man. The bitch is gonna be. I got to make sure. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how it was, man. I got to send my bitch got to take the 850 out. I'm gonna let her take the 850. So when everybody know, that's how we used. This was the mentality, man. Some of y'all grew up in the house because your step pop bought that crib. I just think daddy boys don't have to take care of women. And well, young boys shouldn't be taking care of women at all. Period. Young boys should be learning what manhood is, being raised up to take care of a woman once they become a man. Young girls should be being taken care of by their fathers when you're in a functional society. I agree, B Money. Most of these young girls should be being raised up by their fathers. So no, but when we were growing up, a lot of girls didn't have dads in the home. So we were selling drugs, we was making money, and I might have had my girlfriend, but I had two other girls. You go get a house, you get a house, you bought cars, you took care of your women. That's just the way it was. We learned that from the old heads before us. You took care of your women and you took care of the community. You gave money back to the community. That's the way it was. So I be hearing these niggas talking about you give a woman money today, you a simp. I'm like, well, wait a fucking minute. We had control of our women back in the day because we laced our women out. Our women, listen, everybody was hoeing. A woman never stopped being a hoe because a nigga never stopped being a hoe. But you still took care of your women. That wasn't simping. This woman was making sure your shit was straight. I mean, you had certain women that you can, put this $500,000 up in the ground in the basement, man, to make sure, man, you go to jail 4 or 5 years, she get another dude, be fucking another dude. You come home, that money's still there because she was loyal to you. You took care of her. So y'all, man, y'all don't understand. You gotta take care of your fucking women in the community, and you'll have less of the shit that you have. We got chaos now because everything is in disarray, and the men ain't in charge. Everything is in disarray. I think that some men, a lot of men should have more than one woman. I think that when I was young and I watched the way the game was, you had a dude that he might have been juggling 3 different women. They all had houses, they all had cars, but he had to lie. They was a secret, but they wasn't a secret. All the women knew each other, but he just didn't bring them around each other. But that would have kept him out of child support. That would destroy this child support shit. If men didn't have to lie, if you had men out here that was capable, financially capable of taking care of more than one woman, where these women already know. A lot of these women, I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I mean, you didn't have support, but that don't represent everybody. So rebels, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of these brothers out here that's financially stable and able to take care of multiple women, and the women already know that you sharing them with another woman, then we got to get past it. We shouldn't be having to hide this shit. You want the child support shit to break? If we got to have a society that if you want to have these multiple families, then you got to be able to take care of them. And some of you women out there, you got to stop lying to yourself. You already know you sharing this nigga. You found the numbers. You know that nigga ain't come home on certain nights. You just love him and you stay with him. He got babies by both of y'all. You know he fucking with both of y'all. Why don't y'all just listen? Put that money in the pot. It is what it is. You already sharing them. I'm not advocating that that's just the way that it should be in the whole community. But in a lot of aspects of our community, Janice, that's what's going on already. These niggas already juggling 2 and 3 families, the same way it was back in the day. But we out here living this fucking lie, perpetuating this bullshit. If we just stop this shit and begin to normalize it, it'll stop. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If we created a culture within our community that if you had more than one baby mom, nigga, you got to take care of them kids. And if you don't take care of them kids, nigga, you ostracize. That'll force a motherfucker. That'll either tell a nigga, man, I don't want to have a bunch of fucking family. I'm gonna keep my shit in my pants. Or I'm financially stable. I can maintain multiple women. But we ain't create a culture that dictates. We ain't create a culture that's dictating that. We just got a culture where it's dysfunction. Brothers just fucking and sucking everything. And then he lying about it. Because he can't come home and tell his woman. Well, she already know that he's doing it already. It's just the honest to God truth. So if you created the culture, maybe the boys would know, well, I can't handle that. No, because a woman can't have multiple men, brown sugar. A woman cannot have multiple men. I didn't make it that way. I'm going to be honest with you. I want you to listen to me, brown sugar. I want you to listen to George closely. A woman cannot have multiple men, multiple partners. I didn't make it this way. The universal creator that created everything made it this way. A woman can only have one baby a year. A man can have 100 babies in a year. He can go out and just make babies. What I'm saying to you, sister, is a woman fucking multiple dudes won't know who planted that seed. And her pH balance will be knocked off. She have a smelly fucking coochie. She running around just letting all kinds of bacteria and all kinds of men just enter her womb. No, it's not the way nature intended it. That's why she can only have, all I'm saying is that's why nature intended she can only have one baby by one man within that year. It creates dysfunction. What I'm saying, sister, is I'm not advocating that men, see, because you might be with a man, know the man's cheating, but you stay with him. So why don't y'all just make it a fucking family? Because you're going to stay, you're not going to leave. Some women, that's not for some women. I get it. But for some women, you already indulging in a polygamous relationship, but you'd rather live the lie. And then when things don't go the way, you take the man to child support court, he can't pay, he go to jail. Well, let's just alleviate all of that. Let's just create the culture that if this is what we're going to do with consenting adults, then this is what they're doing. If it's not for you, then get out the relationship. We have to change the trajectory of the way we going. Mostly set up to that. Right, but see, this is the thing, Nisha Q. How many women? Let's be real for the sisters in the chat. I just gave a whole hour and a half about being real. Let's just be real. How many of you sisters out there know damn well either you are in a relationship where you sharing your man or you know your girlfriends are, and she knows she is too. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. This is not a new phenomenon. This is something that's been going on for generations. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but it's just part of the culture. It's always been this way. So what I'm saying is, for some of the sisters that can handle that, and she got her house, her children is taken care of, then let's just put it out there. For the sisters that can't, stop indulging in a relationship and living a lie. Get out of it. That's all I'm saying. Force these men to respect you and have to acquiesce to the way to what you want. That's all I'm saying. So, right, Nisha Q, that's all I'm saying. It's there. It's happening. And sisters know it is. But for some reason, they won't recognize it as truth. It is. It is. And I didn't make it this way. You can't be a man and you can't do what a man do. You can't have multiple dicks and then get pregnant and know who the father is. You can only have one baby. Men are seed planters. You're a receiver. Hold the door shut. Hurry up. Hold the door shut. No. Just wait till I get off. I'm about to get off in the field.
Let me see these people real quick.
Come on, get.
Real quick.
Get. Well, see, and that's my son. Well, see, and that's my youngest. That's my youngest. But he's learning that responsibility from me. He's learning that responsibility from me. Like I'll teach teach him as he grows. Any woman that you lay down with is a potential baby mom. Fruitful man, a trap on the right. Right. Any woman you lay down is a potential baby mom. And I want him to understand the importance of his seed. He can't spill it. And we got to get out of this way of thinking. Like, because listen, we're never going to stop men from having multiple women. It's just not going to happen. And so what I'm saying is, women really shouldn't want to have multiple dicks running up in and out of them. Like I said, it knock off your pH. It fucks with your head mentally, psychologically. You got men planting their seeds in you. Men, I mean, I'm just being honest. Men fucking the shit out you. You're feeling one way about this, and then you feeling like you fucked up in your head. It knocks you off psychologically. That's not a woman. That's not supposed to be like that. That's not. It's not the design. Then it knocks off, like I said, the freshness of your womb. So no, you got to be careful with that. You have to be careful with that. You got it's like 3 women to every 1 man. You got a lot of women out here that's single moms, and you got a lot of able men out here that do have resources. We got to start putting our resources together and create. Some families have to be combined families, and I think some women will be okay with it. Some women wouldn't. I wouldn't pressure a woman into doing that the same way I wouldn't pressure a man into doing it, because that's not for everybody. I'm the type of dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I slept around at times and did fucked up shit, but I don't know if I could, Janice, if I could have more than one wife. I don't know if I'm capable of having more than one wife, but I know brothers are. I know that there's a lot of brothers that are in our communities. We need to bring our resources together. That's going to have to be a must. And creating resources for our people, we're going to have to do that, and that's not going to be for every sister though. But what I'm saying for sisters, um, if you want a man to respect you, close the womb, shut up, shut down shop. These niggas got to earn something. You want a man to be respectable. You want to raise respectable soldiers and protectors. Shut down shop. Take that west spot away from them. How I know about pH balance? I'm a man. I'm married. I got a wife. I've always been in relationships. I know women. I'm far from a fool. Yeah, you got different men, different men's bacteria, different men's scent, different man's entering your womb that destroy your pH, knock your pH balance off, man. Yeah, you wonder why these women be getting bacterial infections and all that kind of stuff. She fucking multiple dicks, different sweat, different things from a man. No, different men. No, she's receiving different things from a man. She's not clean. She's not clean. She's not a clean woman. It is what it is. And you need brothers like me to tell you the truth, to give you the game. I'm just going to keep it all at 100 with you. I don't want nothing from you, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I have these girls that they don't even know how to clean themselves right. They're not being taught none of this kind of stuff. They taking showers in the fucking sink. So who's teaching these young girls proper etiquette, primp and pamper, and all that type of stuff? Teaching girls how to clean themselves right, and even the boys. Where's this stuff being done at? Look at these girls that's walking your hood, walking the street. That's what I'm saying to you, man. So like we gotta have a whole cleansing of the mind. We gotta clean up. We gotta clean up a lot of stuff, man. And yeah, women who have a lot of different sexual partners hit the wall physically much. Yeah, they do. They hit the wall physically and mentally, and they start to age. They start to age faster, and a lot of women at a young age, they had a lot of sexual partners, getting that cervix beat on a lot throughout the years. She's less likely at her 30s to be able to hold babies. If she gets pregnant or she gets married and gets pregnant, a lot of times she'll be on bed rest. So it's like you got these young girls. They've been having sex since they was 14 years old. They by the time they get 32, 31, they've been with like 60 to 70 different men, 40 to 50 different dicks that been rammed in and out of. Their cervix is all messed up. They enter things. It's not. Their body is not right. Their body is not right, and a lot of them can't hold babies on their cervix. So as a man, hold on one second. It's my auntie calling me. Yeah, so I like to be real because a lot of sisters in nation can't raise no higher than this woman, right? The black woman must protect the female, right? And the black woman has to protect her womb. She has to protect her womb. You can't just let vicious dogs like us just run through. Like we gotta black men, we gotta raise each other up and train each other up. We gotta train each other up. And I'm just telling sisters, you gotta stop spoiling your sons because you're not raising soldiers. So before I get out of here, I'm gonna recap, and I'm just gonna tell you. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again. Brother Grown Man Business, Nisha Q, Zone Dade County. I'm Great Black Shark. Keep it a buck with you. What do you think? What do you think that the white woman historically has taught her sons? See, Janice, Great Black, they tell us that the woman is the first teacher. So if the black woman is the first teacher and she's responsible for fucking the black community up, so they say. If the black woman is the first teacher and they're saying that she's responsible for fucking the black community up, and we know that black men and women has historically experienced physical chattel slavery, institutional racism, economic racism, systematic racism from white men, who has been their teachers? What has the white woman been teaching little Billy, whom she's giving birth to? What has the white woman been telling her son, her husband in pillow talk for economic policy? What has this white woman been teaching her sons? She's the first teacher of the white man. What has the white woman taught the white man? See, you can't have it both ways. You said that the woman is the first teacher, and the black woman being the teacher is responsible for fucking the black community up. So I'm going to flip it. What has the white woman told this white man? Janice, what has the white woman historically taught this white man? What has she told her? What has she told her son to do? Go out and conquer and destroy. These are the things that you have to ask. So I'm telling the sisters, no more shaming and blaming black men. Black men, no more blaming and shaming black women. We live in right now in a society and a community where the majority of our homes is being raised by single moms. So in this warfare that we're up under in the hells of North America, black women, you have to take responsibility for your wombs and the decisions that you've made. And you have to raise soldiers. You already given birth to your protectors. There is no reason why we should ever have to have panel discussions about whether black women should be protected. When it's the black womb, the black woman's womb that black men are coming out of. If these are the wombs that black women are coming out of, then it's without question that the black man should kill for the black woman. But only when he's being raised up to be soldiers. And I'm telling you, black sisters, you have to raise and knight the soldiers that you give birth to. Because right now we're in a situation where the men aren't there. Whether right or wrong, weak or strong, they ain't there. So remember, I love my people more than they hate themselves. And I pray to the universal creator most high that these words are enough to inspire you. These words are enough to make you look at yourself in the mirror and make change. These words are enough to make you look at your children and know you have to make change. I hope that when you came here for information, and when you leave here greater than what you was before you came. You leave here edified. I hope that you had this conversation with your children, raw and uncut. Stop lying to them. I hope that you had this conversation with your husband and your wife. Have it at the barbershop. Have it at the hair salon. Share it on Twitter. Share this video on your Facebook, to Facebook. Share this video on your YouTube channels. Have the conversation. You know your girlfriend is a whore. Tell her she's a whore. And tell her to stop being a hoe. Tell her to take responsibilities for her whorish behavior and raise her children right. You know your homeboy ain't shit. Tell your homeboy if he want to continue hanging with you and he don't take care of his kids, he can't come around no more. We ain't fucking with that. That's dysfunctional behavior. Tell your homeboy if he continue to spend more time with his new girlfriend's children than his own babies, and he keep making fucked up excuses that she won't let me see the kids. Tell that nigga you ain't fucking with him. He can't get money with y'all. Take responsibility. If you a hoe, Take responsibility for your whorish behavior. Stop blaming your baby father for the fucked up shit. Take responsibility for your shit. And stop talking bad about your fucking kid's father to your son. Perpetuating the cycle. Brothers, take your trifling ass home. Take your trifling, call them up your kids. Spend some time with them kids, man. Raise up these boys. We got to raise up soldiers. This white woman is raising up an army of soldiers. I'm tired of every time something happened on the front line, I'm seeing black women, homosexual, lesbian black women, homosexual black men. Where the alpha fucking males at? Where they at? They home waiting for mama to come home and cook them dinner. They home waiting for mama to come home and wash their clothes. They home waiting for mama to come home and bring that PS4 home and that $900 iPhone. Stop coddling and spoiling your kids. You raising the generations of pussies. Make them earn it. Make them sacrifice something for it. You give birth to your protected black woman. Recognize that and raise soldiers.